Hello everybody, welcome back to Midlife Gaming. And as you can see in front of me, I have a lovely big oil setup. And do you know what? There's not a red pipe in sight. Do you know why there's not a red pipe in sight? Because the red pipes, they actually denote that there's not enough pressure in the system, as in oil, water, gas, whatever you want to put in it. But it occurred to me, there's something missing. And I said to you in the last episode, I bet there's a piece of technology that I'm missing that I haven't researched. But it turns out that there was a piece missing. But I had researched it, and it was the most obvious thing ever. It was the pump. I'd forgotten to put a pump in. So no wonder we've got this giant, long, massive pipeline that goes all the way down there to here, fills these bad boys up, and then it just loses its pressure because it's just too far. So I put in a pump. And then that fixed it. And then I added some more oil processing systems, more distillation stacks, and it worked. So now I've got oil for days. I've got tons of it, absolute stacks of it. So this is all filling up because we've burned off all the excess gas, which we don't need. It's all sitting in here nicely, burning away. And we've now got 10 of these things running. And underneath here, we've got a lovely little underneath spaghetti system. There you go, look at that. I say it's spaghetti. It's not really spaghetti. It's actually quite neat and quite tidy. But it's all out of sight, which is important. And it allows me to connect these all up, which is great because they connect up. If I could jump over this pipe. They connect up under the ground. So it makes it neat and tidy. So the oil comes out of there. And then it comes out of there. So they're kind of back to back and opposite. So they've got the oil going in on the outside from each section. And then in the middle, the yellow oil comes out. And then in the center of it, this is the waste product. So down here's the waste. We could obviously put more on here if we want to, but I've got this going out into two separate, what are they called, storage vessels, which then go into here, put another pump on there, because then that pumps it the rest of the way around the system. And it just works. I'm very happy. I couldn't believe it when I saw the pump. I thought, oh, for God's sake. Of all the things I could have forgotten, it was the pump. So, yeah. Anyway, right. What else did I do? I did a little bit of tidying up down here and got these going. We're having a bit of a struggle getting these copper coils. And part of that is because of my poor planning, because I can't find any more space to put any more machines in that are making these. So I've got a couple of machines that are just kind of throwing a few extra out, and they're going in here to build these electronic components. Now these are starting to run low because we use them for everything, and we are going to use more of them. But today, and as you can see, I extended my walkway down here. Made myself a nice little bit of headroom there to get through. We're going to be building our factory over here for our TV bots, our screen bots. I've extended our platforms. We've got a massive area here now. We're actually past the water where that was earlier on. I'll show you on a map where we are. Let's have a look where we are on the map. Yeah, we're all the way out here now. Quite a lot's gone on. We've got more oil to make down there as well, which is good. And more oil where that came from. So, this is where we're going to build our screen bots, and we're going to need a landing pad to put them in. But I'm thinking at some point later we're going to need big landing pads. So I'm probably going to make space over here and put in just one more of these landing pads for the moment, because I don't think we're going to need to put too many more of these small ones in. So, bots then. What do we need for bots? Let's have a look. For these screen bots, well, I think the first thing we need to do is actually unlock the technology, don't we? Oh no, there you go. I've actually unlocked it already. So, plates, boards, circuit boards, and glass. So, as you can see, circuit boards, polymer boards. I left those on there anyway. Glass and plates. So we've got all this here, which is great. And what are we building them in? An assembler, I bet, aren't we? Yes, we are. So, I'm going to get one of these set up, just the same as I've got over here for these guys. Basic standard process again. Same again. Into the shuttle. So yeah, let's get all this down, and I'll come back to you when it's done, and we'll see what these little screen bots look like. Okay, there it is. That's our factory for building our screen bots. It's got a little transport pad over there as well. All I need to do is just connect it up. So let us begin, and we will see what comes out the other side of this, because they should all start straight away. There we go. That one's going, and these are all going. Excellent. So we should see a screen bot. There we go. It's our first one. Hey, TV. At last. A very old CRT version of a television. You're old enough to remember what they look like. Very interesting. It's like a little robot with a television and a tyre on the back of it. Interesting. Fascinating stuff. There we go. Right. And they're all going into here because that's ready to go up to our space station. And then we can start selling them. We'll go and configure those in our hub screen. Let's get back down there. Okay, so on the way back here, I realised that I've actually got this little device. It's a orbital connection tool. And I thought, brilliant. It's so we can do remote management. So we don't have to keep running back to this little terminal all the time and using it. And apparently we can manage the orbital laser and all sorts of other stuff on there. But we can do station management, galaxy view, and then orbital laser. But it tells me this. Need a radio tower with sufficient power enabled to be able to connect to the station. I don't seem to have a radio tower, and I don't know where to get one. Must be in our research tree somewhere. But I don't know where that is. So we'll have a look at that later on. There you go. Built it anyway. Oh, there's a radio tower. Look, there it is right there. And there's a few prerequisites for that. One of which being construction materials. And a few other bits. So we won't get that today then. But what we will get today, and just while we're here, we will research this. I'm going to research these construction materials. I'd really like to get those unlocked at some point and start building those. But also, one of the other things I want to do is this. Olimite fuel. The reason for that is it unlocks this jetpack. I think once we get that, that's going to help us get around a hell of a lot quicker and easier. So yeah, that's our objectives to unlock those today. And we're going to contact the space station because we want to sell these droids. And as you can see, we are now taking over these sectors as well. Look at this. I reckon that we probably going to need another couple of ships. So we're going to start here. Now, these guys don't want these TV bots, but these guys do. So we're going to start sending them as well. Where do we go next is the question. What do we unlock next of all? So we've got this one here. They seem to want some different things. They want transport drones and science bots, which we don't have. And then this one, they want quite a few different kind of drones and bots, which we're not in a position to make yet. Oh, there goes our construction research. Excellent. So we can't make these just yet. But we will be able to at some point. So I don't think it's worth unlocking that one just yet. So what do these guys here want? Okay, we can do these. That's easy. We just need to basically start supplying. But we need more ships as well as the other thing. Maybe we need to establish specific factories here just for making bots and then unlock those giant transport ships. Because these ones are all well and good, but we're not filling these up now. These are getting less and less full because we're just not able to keep up with demand. We can't make them quick enough. We need to get bigger production, more of it, and start ramping these up, really. I mean, this is doing fine, but is it going to really give us galactic domination? Probably not. Same here. Still doing these. They're going through. They're steady and sure, but I want to see full belts. I want to see full ships. I want to see full transport sections. Everything. Okay then, so what do we want to do next? I think we need to look at how we're going to build these construction components, to be fair. That's going to need concrete. It's going to need lots of concrete. Let's have a look. How do we build these damn things? There they are. Thermalite sheets. Ouch. Steel beams. Ouch. Machinery parts. Yeah, not too bad. Electronic components. Yeah, that's going to be a hurtful one. That's going to be painful. It's going to be difficult. The reason that's going to be difficult is we don't have enough capacity of these copper coils being made. So, the one I'm most concerned about is concrete. Let's go and take a look at our concrete game and see where we're at with this. We've got an absolute ton of it coming out here. That's great. It all being built here. Great. Science is building up. Nice. Maybe there's more there than I thought. Maybe we could direct some of this concrete off over to here and use this as where we build our construction components. This may not be a bad idea because then we could send them up to the station there. So thermalite plates come down or thermalite bars come down. Does it let us send... No, it doesn't, does it? Because we can only send stuff to the station or from the station. We can't do both. Alright, we'll put in another landing pad somewhere over here then. This might be easier than I thought. I say might. This is going to cause us a lot of pain and aggro. It's going to take assemblers. These electronic components, we may need to build these specifically here just for these components. I don't think that's going to be too bad, but I reckon that building it this way is going to solve a lot of our problems and solve a lot of our pain. So I think we'll do this here. Right, let me clear all this out and let me start getting this all flattened out and we'll start building. Okay, just got my third lane loaders unlocked. These are long old boys, look at them. So what I thought I'd do is I'd try this out. See if we can put them on here as an output. And we'll see what happens, because this is what I've done. I've just nicked these off the belt. The coils and the rods. And we send them in here to make electronic components. Just so that they're easier to make down this end. We'll actually make them here on site for our project that we're about to build. And yeah, it's interesting because we've got to now get those to go across into some more machines now. Question is how? Let's see. I think we have something. So now we have these third lane loaders. We're actually able to do this properly. So what we've got is all the stuff coming in off the belt over here. And it will eventually, once I connect these up, come down here. So we've got the copper coils, the rods going in there, making the electronic components, which are all on the belt already. And this will allow the steel beams, electronic components, or mechanical components rather, and the plates, thermalite plates, come down here. These will all go into the machines this side. This side. And then we've got the concrete blocks coming in. They're all coming in from over there, so being routed in quite nicely. They're coming down this way, so they'll meet up here. And they're going this way as well. And this row of 4 machines will start producing the construction components or construction blocks. And once they're in the shuttle bay, they'll go up to the station. And that should be it. I'm curious to know if this is going to work. Because this is the first time. So let's have a look. We'll get those connected first of all. There's our concrete blocks. Now, I'm not putting these on fast belts because the amount of time, they take 90 seconds a piece, I think, which is quite a lot. But I do think they make 150 blocks at a time. So maybe we'll have outgoing belts being a lot faster than that. Let's have a look and see what happens now. So we'll see, are these all going? Oh, except we've got that as an output. We need that as an input. There we go. Oh, and we haven't put any outputs on. Aren't we stupid? Okay, so the outputs will go on here. So one there. Except I'll put those both as inputs. There we go. Right. I'm curious to know how many of these bad boys are going to come out. So we're going to have to sit and watch, unfortunately, and see what happens. These are going to take a few minutes, I think. Yeah, it's just going to take time for these all to fill up. So this one here should be... getting ready to go. Let's have a look. Examine that by... Yeah, there we go. So it's actually moving. It's 150 of these blocks a minute. Okay. Because we've got 4 of these, we should be getting 300, 600 a minute that will come out and go into that shuttle bay. I hope. There we go. Right, the first one should be coming out any second now. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow, look at that. We've actually got some coming through. Fantastic. Now we need to configure this from the factory to the space station. Construction materials, confirm, and... Oh, we want the big shuttles. Excellent. Right, in they go. Fantastic. Brilliant. Right, that's filling up nicely. That shuttle should come down. And there we are. That's going to massively help us. Absolutely massively help us. Because that's going to help us build our space station. And then we can sell these on the market later, I believe. Which will be really nice. I think maybe we need to upgrade that belt to a yellow one, though. Let's see what we can do about doing that and getting that sorted. Because that's going to be very useful. Oh, let's try it the proper way around. There we go. There we go. Yellow belt. A lot easier for everybody. Good. And I guess these ones eventually will start putting theirs out as well. Or not. I think 4 of these might have been a bit overkill. This one's not getting any plates through to it. Yeah, that's because these plates aren't getting through quick enough. This one's gobbling them all up. Okay, we need faster belts. There we go, there's our first shuttle. Excellent. That's going to take those up to the station. And then we can go and start building some stuff. And then we should see those coming up here now. There we go, 226 construction material. Absolutely fantastic. Now we can start building on more stuff. And now we're not using anyone else's bars, we're making our own. Right, there we go, there's another batch gone up to the shuttle station, up to the space station. And these are just coming and coming and coming, they're not stopping. This one's now starting as well. Excellent, so we've got 2 of them on the way. And these will only get more and more as we go along. So if we start speeding up the processing, we're going to have tons of these soon. This is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what's in there now? How much have we got there? 150 again. And do you know what? This actually was not that difficult. Because of the fact that we have all these belts here, and we designed this with these belts in mind, we can essentially build stuff anywhere we like now. We've got all this extra space now, we can build more. And this is quite a small setup considering what we were thinking about building. I thought it'd be a lot more complicated. And it's actually not. It's actually come out quite well. So I think the next thing we might need to build is these greenhouses to get the biomass so that we can build explosives, because they're going to be needed later for other robots. But I think for now, that is just, that's beautiful. That's excellent. There we go. Galactic map. Look at that. This one's the only one we still haven't taken yet, but I think we'll get there soon. Yes, cleaning bots will help us clean up. Absolutely. Right. That's where we're leaving it. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.